What is happening, everyone? I am the Yu-Gi-Oh! Scrub, but you all can call me Bailey. If you're subscribed, which over 1,000 of you are now, which is absolutely incredible. Thank you all so much for the support. If we do it 1 million more times and we're at 1 billion subscribers, I know I can get there. That's my goal by the end of 2026. Regardless, it's a good day today. We're starting a new 4-week program at the gym, weeks 5 through 8 of a 8-week program. So I'm excited about that. Just did my deload week. It feels good. It looks like I'm in a green screen the way that this light comes in from behind me. I promise it's not a green screen. This is just a room. Today we are playing, not with this deck actually, but this is the deck that inspired what I'm playing today. This was something I built called No Draws for You, or No Drawing. The idea basically was Mask of Darkness and Tsukiyomi making a loop where you're using Time Seal or Phoenix Wing every single turn, and just making it so your opponent never has resources. Either they're not drawing, or they're drawing cards that they've already seen. And then Judgments are just incredible. You know, lots and lots of spells and traps to get back. But, I don't know, I didn't want to play something like that, so actually easier. It's just going to be do that because I had set it as default already. But this is basically another Mask of Darkness Caboose deck, but less traps. But a lot of the traps are chainable, so the Judgments are in the side, which honestly I hate it. I hate looking at the Judgments and not seeing them in the main deck. I think it's going to be incredibly missing Judgments because it's something just about flipping a Judgment and then getting it right back with Mask of Darkness. That just feels so powerful. But instead, we have things like Compulse, which help protect our Mask of Darkness from Nobleman of Crossout, because we really need that. We have the 2 Time Seals, 2 Jar of Greeds, 2 Threatening Roars, because I'm thinking that maybe we can Threatening Roar and then, like, Tribute for Zaborg, or Threatening Roar and, I don't know, make a push after that. I think that the cards that could be changed could be Threatening Roar, Compulse, Jar of Greed, Time Seal. These are the 4 that you could kind of swap out, though I really like the Time Seal loop, so we're just going to go ahead and go right into the GOAT format ladder. I hope you are having a fantastic day. If you're not having a fantastic day, make it a fantastic day, and then come back and finish this video. I truly mean that. Go start your own 4-week program at the gym. It's easy. Just get in there, do something. I will always be an advocate for quote-unquote healthy living, meaning just like doing some sort of movement, you know. You don't gotta go crazy. I've definitely gone crazier over the years, but it kind of spirals out of control. You start doing a little bit, feels good, and then you start doing more of that, and it feels better, and you just keep going until it feels fantastic. Alright, opening hand looks pretty solid. We have Jar of Greed, Scapegoat, Torrential Tribute, Morphing Jar, Mask of Darkness, Pot of Greed. So we'll fire off the Pot of Greed right away. Getting a Scapegoat and Nobleman of Crossout. And I think we'll just go ahead. Set Jar of Greed. Do we set a Scapegoat? We'll set a Scapegoat and set Mask of Darkness. If it gets Nobleman of Crossouted, it gets Nobleman of Crossouted. I'm expecting it here, to be honest. But I didn't want to set the Morphing Jar right away. He has Dawn Zalug. That's fine. Now comes the Nobleman of Crossout. And we will, unfortunately, be banishing all of our Mask of Darknesses. He Heavy Storms. We will chain Jar of Greed and Scapegoat. Alright, so he's going to Judgment, so I guess I did that in reverse order. He has to pay his life point cost, though. And we have Scapegoat, Torrential. Hopefully he hits the Nobleman of Crossout out of my hand. I mean, or he just doesn't use the effect. I mean, if he... Yeah, no, now it's just out of the question. I don't know why you would Solemn the GOAT tokens if you weren't going to use Dawn Zalug's effect. But he discards Mystic Swordsman level 2 and a Kaiku. Ends his turn. We draw Magician of Faith. So we'll go ahead, set Scapegoat, set Magician of Faith, and end our turn. I suppose he could have knock number 2, which he doesn't. He just gets rid of my Magician of Faith with Exiled Force. And we will then use Scapegoats. Put 3 on the board. And I think we'll then go ahead, set Time Seal, and we'll set Torrential. We know that the Heavy Storm is gone. Maybe we can bait an MST. I should have waited for Prio, but whatever. I'm just on autopilot right now. Brain ain't brainin'. We get another Magician of Faith. We'll go ahead and set the Magician of Faith and end our turn. Summons Ninja Grandmaster Sasuke. Activates Nobleman of Crossout. What is up with the crossouts right now? But that's why we have the Magical Merchants, because we still have lights in our deck. We'll take 1,800. We got Tsukiyomi as a draw. We'll summon Suk. Set the Ninja Grandmaster Sasuke. He doesn't have a light in his graveyard, so we are going to banish it. And then we'll try to attack for 11. It gets Mirror Forced. We're going to activate the Time Seal. We draw Magical Merchant. We have a light and a dark engrave. I think we make the push. And I do think we go ahead and we attack for 700 as well, because that means Premature Burial's off the table, which could have gotten back Tribe Infecting Virus. So it's like Snatch Steal. There we go. Okay, so what's powerful here? Sakuratsus are good. We saw Judgment. I don't really like Morphing Jar. He's going to set a lot of his hand. Also, it's prone to get popped. Take out maybe one Faith. Compulse doesn't seem too powerful. Maybe leave the Faith, take out Nobleman of Crossouts. Dust Tornadoes and Judgments are going to be probably good too. I don't know if we're going to bring all of them. But we can bring in maybe one. Let's bring in one Judgment. We're just going to see how this goes. So game could have gone a little differently if he had actually used the Donzalug effect, which, look, I will not rule Shark hard. If he had gone to main phase 2, but then before activating Graceful Charity, been like, oh wait, my Donzalug effect, you know, it's not a tournament, it's an online ladder game, just for fun. Also, I'm recording, and I hate getting in arguments and then wasting your time, because we argue for 12 minutes about whether or not I'm rule sharking. It's just easier to go with the flow. It's a children's card game. Opening hand looks pretty good. Tsukiyomi, BLS, Magician of Faith, so light and dark for the BLS. Ring of Destruction, and Mirror Force. But we have no spells, so we would love to draw our own Graceful Charity like my opponent just opened. Pot of Greed, Delinquent Duo, any of those cards. Opponent discards DD Warrior Lady, which, okay, get that Light Engrave right away. Probably doesn't, but maybe means that he's holding a Call of the Haunted or Premature Burial. That's a pretty decent target to get back with either of those cards. And discards Donzalug, so immediately puts Light and Dark in his graveyard. Followed by 4 set back row and a set monster. We draw Sangan. Alright. I think the play is going to be Summon Sangan. And we're just going to try to swing, see what this face down is. It was a Faith. So he gets back Graceful Charity. We'll set Mirror Force, set Ring, end our turn. We saw Judgments, and so I'm not too worried that these are all chainable. You know, it would be bad if it was like Jar of Greed, Regeki Break, Heavy Storm as his set cards. Now the question is, he could have a Chaos Monster. He's drawn through 13 cards of his deck. So if he's running at least one BLS, and maybe even one Chaos Sorcerer, gives him a pretty decent chance of having it. Discards Asura Priest and MST. Then uses a reinforcement of the army that he had set face down. What might he get himself here? He's already gone through DD Warrior Lady, discarding it to Graceful Charity, so if he wants to get rid of the Sangan without effect, it's going to be pretty difficult. He summons a Blade Knight. I think I'll take 600 damage and get a Sangan search. It puts a light in the graveyard. What do we want to get from our search? Do we just go Sinister Serpent? I think we go Sinister Serpent. Could have also gone Mask of Darkness. Could have gone Gravekeeper's Spy. Opponent goes ahead and sets 2 more back row. We draw Sakuretsu Armor. So I think the play here is going to be try to get my plus with Tsukiyomi. I can do that, or I can set the Tsukiyomi, hoping that it gets Nobleman across outed. But I don't think I want to do that. I think I'll try to summon it into the Blade Knight, which will then get flipped face down and go to defense. He Ring of Destructions, Tsukiyomi. A-okay, gives me another Dark Engrave. I didn't have any spells to try to do like a Tsukiyomi Magician of Faith loop, get that going. He just flips up his Blade Knight, sets a back row, and we'll try to Sakuretsu Armor this Blade Knight. Keeping Ring and Mirror Force because they're both better cards. We draw Mask of Darkness. I do think we'll set the Mask of Darkness now. We have traps, really a trap. We have Sakuretsu Armor, but it's also likely to get Nobleman to cross-outed. I imagine one of these, yep, sets is Nobleman. So unfortunately, we lose our Mask of Darkness. But that's fine. He then banishes a Light and a Dark for BLS. Flips Morphing Jar. Yeah, we'll discard our hand. We get Mobius, Magical Merchant, Zaborg, Jarvgreed, MST. He has Pot of Greed to follow up. Interesting that he has a Morphing Jarv, though I suppose it works in Warriors. You're setting so many back row anyways. We're going to try to Mirror Force. I imagine it's going to get Judgmented. We'll take 700. And then we'll try to Ring of Destruction. The BLS, it gets Judgmented again. And we'll just take 3,000 direct. So I've got to hope for Snatch Steal would do it. Yeah, he hadn't set yet. We get Dust Tornado. Also, where are Metamorphoses? Like, we run 2 of them. We haven't seen a single one. Okay. We should have gotten back Sinister Serpent. Too late now. I mean, I think we'll just go ahead and set a bunch of back row and Magical Merchant. He's likely just going to banish it with BLS, but I don't know. Maybe we can do something cheeky. He has Heavy Storm. We'll chain. Chain. And chain. Alright. We get Snatch Steal and Sakuretsu off. I mean, they were going to get Heavy Stormed anyways, but I was seeing maybe, I don't know, he was going to do something. And he has the Nobleman across out. Okay. I think we might have oversided a bit there. So what is also, do we really bring in Nobleman across outs against a Warrior deck right now? Mobius I don't love, because if it just gets hit with a Judgment, it's just bad. Dust Tornadoes don't seem too good. Bring in a Judgment. Do we try a Mind? No. Noblemans have to be enough. We can't also be bringing in Mind Control. That's crazy, right? You guys let me know. Is that crazy? We'll bring in 2 Judgments. But we're playing a Warrior deck. Like, I know he clearly has gone for the strategy where you bring in flips from the side deck. I suppose me could have maybe had them in the main deck. But you expect me to take out my Noblemans because I'm playing Warriors, which I did, and then you bring in your Magician of Faiths and your flip monsters, your Morphing Jars, and suddenly it works out in your favor, which makes sense. But I can't then hard counter his counter and bring in extra anti-flip stuff when I'm playing Warriors. That just seems so crazy. Opening hand looks pretty good. Mask of Darkness, Sakuretsu Armor, Time Seal, Solemn, BLS. Yeah, I mean, so we're going to set Mask, set Sakuretsu, set Time Seal, set Solemn Judgment, end our turn. Hopefully he doesn't just open up Heavy Storm. Summons Blade Knight. We'll Sakuretsu Armor the Blade Knight, because we want to make sure that we get this Mask of Darkness effect off. He Nobleman a crossouts, or tries to. We are going to say no to the Nobleman a crossout. He's going to have a second one. Best draw here would be Pot of Greed. Get Mirror Force. Alright, we're going to activate Time Seal. Flip Summon Mask of Darkness. get, I think, Time Seal back to hand. Try to attack directly for 900. We'll set Mirror Force, set Time Seal, and I think we'll end our turn. We can't set the Magician of Faith. Part of me wants to, because it would get the light in graveyard, potentially, assuming it doesn't get Noblewind or DD Warrior Lady, something along those lines. But we have no spell, and we need a spell before we set Magician of Faith. I wish it was a Magical Merchant. That'd be so much better. Magical Merchant also works because it can kind of put some of the spells. It's why I don't feel like I need the 3 Time Seal, because it can put traps in the graveyard or spells to get back with the Faith and the Mask of Darkness. Also, it acts as lights, so I didn't need the Thunder Dragon, which worked as discard fodder for the Phoenix Wings. The Compulse kind of takes that Phoenix Wing spot. He Call of the Haunteds. His Blade Knight. And I think I just have to let that go through. We'll take 1100. We draw Nobleman of Crossout. We'll activate Time Seal again. Set Magician of Faith and end our turn. He summons Exiled Force. And gets rid of Magician of Faith. But that's fine, because it's gonna give me a Light and Dark in the Grave for BLS. We draw another Magician of Faith. And we're gonna just go ahead. I mean, we have to start making some plays. So we're gonna try to attack with BLS. And I think we set the Faith. Set Nobleman. Hopefully it gets, I don't know, MST, Dust Tornado, something. He has Smashing Ground to get rid of our BLS. And there's the Heavy Storm, gets rid of Nobleman of Crossout. And he has a perfect out in Mystic Swordsman level 2. We draw Sakuretsu Armor. We'll set the Sakuretsu Armor. Summons a Blade Knight. We'll sock the Blade Knight. Take 900 from the Mystic Swordsman level 2. We get Metamorphosis. I mean, we'll set it. Come on, where's the Scapegoat? We have so many spells and traps, so many good cards. I don't want to lose. We'll take 900. He sets a back row of his own. We'll set a Ring of Destruction. Not a back row, monster. My apologies. Goes to battle. I mean, we're just gonna Ring of Destruction. We get it off the board. We both take 9. I need Scapegoat here. We draw Tsukiyomi. Not great, but it's defense. It puts the body on the board. Opponent's setting a bunch of back row now. Back row monsters. Guys, I don't think my brain's been working today. I'm going to start putting 100% brain effort into this Yu-Gi-Oh match right now. You guys are going to love it. Me giving 100% just means not talking, I guess. Interesting that we're down to 200 life points. Oh, also, the ratings must have reset because I'm back at 100, which is sad. Not that I really cared too much, but Opponent flips jar. We draw 5. Uses Graceful Charity. What are they going to discard? We got Gravekeeper's Spy now. I know he's playing through a back row and he doesn't know what it is, but I wish he could speed up just a touch because it feels like this is a lost game. You flip Morphing Jar, go +4 into a Graceful Charity. I'm at 200 life points. Like, this should be over. But we have Sinister Serpent in Metamorphosis now. So, summons BLS. Banishing Zalug. And Blade Knight. That's fine. Flips Gravekeeper's Spy. He hasn't seen Torrential, so this is a little risky. I suppose also he hasn't normal summoned. Yep, that's also okay. He banishes the Tsukiyomi. And just go to battle. Thank you. GG's. See if he has anything to say. Nope. Alright. On to match number 2, where we are going to give 100% brain effort. I'm not going to say that he's setting back row when he's setting monsters, and I'm not going to say he's setting monsters when he's setting back row. I'm going to speak clearly and articulately. I'm going to give you guys the best video you have ever seen. Well, second best. We all know what the best video was. I don't know if you guys know what that means, but I have something silly in my mind. 2 girls, 1 cup. Proudly can say that I've never seen that. I've seen some other awful stuff, of course, because that's what, I don't know, typically youthful boys in the age of the early internet would do. Be like, hey, have you seen this really cool thing? Have you looked up blue waffle? It's crazy. My God. Maybe I'm dating myself, but also I look at the analytics, and I think that I'm, like, right in the average for what I basically produce. I think most of you are around my age, give or take a few years. You know, some might be early 30s. Some might be a little bit younger than me in their early 20s, and I think a few in the late teens, but me, I'm mid-20s right now. Closer to 30 than 20, which is kind of crazy. You don't feel it, you just know that you are. I still feel like I did when I was young and hip. Opening hand is not great, and it's not getting better, so we have Double Faith, but one of them's going back because of a Trap Dust Shoe, and then we have Meta, Nobleman Across Out, Threatening Roar. And the question is, I mean, I think we just make an aggressive play here. And I think we just go ahead and activate the meta. We make a Thousand Eyes Restrict. 1,400. 1,500. And we'll just try to swing. He's Sakuretsu Armors. And we'll just set the Threatening Roar and end. No need to set more than one. He doesn't have MST or Dust Tornado to force it out, so I'm not worried about it getting hit in end phase. It's chainable, so if he tries to summon another Zalug or do anything crazy, we're able to just flip this Threatening Roar. Playing against Goat Hype, and I don't know if it's my internet or theirs. I mean, I'm hardwired and typically have pretty good internet, but could just be DB. DB doing his DB thing. He's probably going to talk about how laggy it is. had to guess. Great. Alright, I'll try refreshing. Skip intro. And yeah, now it's not letting me do anything. Well, alright guys. GG's anyway. We're just gonna quit rating a solo. I don't care, and admittedly, when I'm recording a video, I need to make video content. I can't sit there for I don't even know how long, just waiting for DB. That's not even a ruling. And give me one moment, everyone. The dog has a hairbrush. There she is, the hairbrush, the victim of this crime. You're gonna be on camera. This is the little one that gives me so much trouble. She's so cute. She doesn't understand what the world looks like from this high up, and I'm not even that tall. But she is great. Okay, opening hand looks awesome. We have Double Faith, Threatening Roar, Jar of Greed, No Moon to Cross Out, Delinquent Duo. We're obviously just going to start firing off that duo immediately. Opponent's playing not even 48 cards, more than that. Hitting a Nobleman, a Cross Out. So we don't have to worry when we set this Magician of Faith that it's going to get Noblemaned. We're just going to be ripping so many cards from his hand. Oh, I love it. Don't you love it? Though I really want to get the Mask of Darkness going a little bit. That's like the whole point of this deck. So we'll set Jar of Greed, Threatening Roar, and Magician of Faith, end our turn. Opponent sets a back row and a monster. That's fine. We'll draw Mask of Darkness. We'll flip summon the Faith. Paying 1,000. Getting rid of Snatch, Steal, and Faith of their own. Next, I think I will Nobleman to cross out this face down monster. It gets compulsed. Meaning I'm just going to go ahead and attack for 300 and set the Faith again. Because he's probably going to set whatever this monster is. I imagine if he's compulsing it, it's something with a powerful flip effect. Maybe Spire to Koichi. My best guess, but could be something else. He does just set the monster. We draw Mirror Force. We will flip summon, declare Nobleman a crossout. Not even going to bother with the duo. Hitting a Nimble Mamanga. Okay. So, was not what I thought. And we'll just swing. Also, interesting name. Sunday, March 2nd, 2025. Don't know if that was actually a Sunday or not. I'm going to believe it was. And we'll set Mask of Darkness, and I think we can just end our turn. I don't think we need to commit the Mirror Force. Even if he did heavy, it's not like we would lose much. And maybe we do, just because we have the Mask of Darkness, and so if he heavies, we then Threatening Roar, Jar of Greed. I'm going to Threatening Roar right away. Stop that from going off. We draw Magical Merchant. We are going to Jar of Greed, getting another Mask of Darkness. Flipping Mask of Darkness, declaring, getting back probably Jar of Greed, and we'll crash and hit him for 600. Setting Mask of Darkness, Jar of Greed, Mirror Force. And this is the kind of gameplay that I like this deck. Maybe not the 600 damage. I'd like a little bit more damage, but just running my opponent out of resources. Granted, firing off 2 Delinquent Duos back-to-back turns certainly helps, but I mean, it always feels good when you do good, and it doesn't feel good when you do bad. Like, we're always trying to win, obviously, but this is exactly what I want this deck to be doing. Opponent uses Premature Burial to bring back what was going to be Mystic Swords in level 2, and then he tributes it, and we're just going to Mirror Force that Air Knight Parshath. We draw MST. We will Jar of Greed, getting a Scapegoat. We'll flip Summon, and we're just going to get back that Mirror Force, I think. What is that card at 1? 2100, 600 plus 9, only 1500. Yep, and then we'll set Mirror Force, set Scapegoat, set the Magical Merchant, end our turn. We draw Tribe Infecting Virus. That's a pretty solid draw. We'll flip this Magical Merchant. Milling a Faith. But we get a Heavy Storm. We're gonna, I think, go ahead, summon Tribe Infecting Virus, and we're gonna attack with the Tribe. And did he just leave? He might have. Nope. Game can resume. It's an Apprentice Magician. No effect. You only run 1? Okay. That's kind of crazy. Alright. I don't even know what he's talking about now. Like, okay. I don't really get it. And we're just going to MST that in end phase, and that's game 1. We draw Time Seal. Alright, really? Okay, thank goodness. For a second there, I was worried. Okay, what do we want? Spies seem decent. He's running a tribute deck. Spies are good because they help deal with Parshath. Take out Morphing Jar. I don't think I want that. Compulse is decent. If we're bringing in a Zaborg, I kind of want to keep the Threatening Roars. Maybe take out a Duo and 1 Faith. We need 1 more card. Take out a Compulse, I suppose. It's a really interesting deck. I don't know what he's running. I don't know if it's like a bunch of one-ofs. I mean, he's running 50 plus cards. He sees Jar of Greed hit out of my hand from a delinquent duo, and what else are we going to get rid of? Rid of Metamorphosis. Is that our threatening roar? Opponent then sets 2 back row and a monster. We draw Time Seal. We'll activate Pot of Greed. Getting MST, Mask of Darkness. And we'll go ahead and set a bunch. Set the mask, set MST, Threatening Roar, Time Seal. I would love if he tries to do some cheeky stuff right now. Activates Graceful Charity. That's fine. For a guy running 50 plus cards, he's seen in 2 turns all 3 of his Trinity pieces. Not what you would call consistent, but hey, if it works, it works. You guys might potentially get an hour-long video today. This match would have to go pretty long, but could still go 2 more games in theory. Discards a Sangan. And Regeki Break. Then he Soul Exchanges. Unfortunately, I can't negate that. So he doesn't have a battle phase because of Soul Exchange. Uses Necro Valley and ends his turn. We'll draw. We get Tribe Infecting Virus. We're going to MST a blind back row. It was Mind Crush. Next, we're going to try to Snatch Steal the Air Knight Parshath. And we'll go to battle. Alright, pick that card. He uses a Hero Emerges. And he special summons a Banisher of the Light. Alright. That is banished. We get Nobleman a Crossout. It never goes to grave. It is immediately banished from the field. Yeah, so Necro Valley does stop things going from grave or everything. We draw Nobleman a Crossout. I think I'm going to activate Time Seal. And just end our turn. We draw Gravekeeper's Spy. Gain 1,002 from the Snatch Deal. Okay. Unfortunately, these are both fairies. So what I'm going to try to do is attack into this. It was a Nimble Mamanga. Okay, yeah, he gained 1,000 from the manga. I will declare and draw a card. We get double nobleman across out. And I think we can just end our turn there. Wait, hold up. Manga never goes to grave. So those back in deck, and if you want to reshuffle and draw a new card, you can. Or we can keep that monster. Okay, so we're good. And I think we're all set now. Okay. And the turn we draw Compulse. We're gonna go ahead and activate the Nobleman across out here. It was a Magician of Faith. And he banishes our faiths. And I think then we'll just go ahead, set Gravekeeper's Spy, set Compulse, end our turn. Also, this is banished as well. Gain 1,000. He's got to be good about that. Okay. Now, what can we do here? I think we flip Gravekeeper's Spy. Special summoning Spy. This is 24 plus 19. 43. 59. But I think I want to keep Tribe in my hand, so we're going to Compulse the Banisher of Light. Try to attack directly. These are 1,700 from Necro. And I suppose then we'll take 19 from the use of Magic Cylinder. What am I doing? 1,700. 2,500. Opponent sets what is almost certainly the Banisher of Light. We'll summon Tribe. We'll activate Nobleman across out. And that's going to be GG's. Did this go into a game, another game? Like, we got smacked. No, this is just game 2. Yeah, Noble and a cross out banishes it. Alright. LOL. Alright, Come on. I would just like you to admit defeat, buddy. This is... I don't... Thank you. Have a good one, mate. Unfortunately, I couldn't do it. I mean, although I know he's kidding. He's like, oh, don't tell anyone. Dude, you're going to be on a channel. I don't know if you watch me. He didn't say anything. But, yeah. I think the deck... I like Mask of Darkness. I think that this is an underexplored card. I think it can be used in a place kind of... It doesn't have the attack of Dekoichi, which does suck. Dekoichi being a slight beater is pretty important. But it fills that dark role that maybe if you like splashing in Mystic Tomatoes, obviously it doesn't have the attacking presence of a tomato, the staying around, but like sometimes just getting back your judgments or your Mirror Force. Like traps are good when your opponent doesn't know about them. But sometimes just making your opponent be like, I have a Mirror Force, what are you going to do about it? You just played through one of them, I have a second. Like, it can be pretty tough, and I really do think Mask of Darkness is alright in the right deck. But that is going to be it for me today. I hear the dog causing more ruckus. Thank you all for watching. I am the YuGiOh Scrub, and goodbye.